The Comedy Report. Welcome to my Comedy Report. I'm Finance Bro Larry. I'm Cowboy Larry. I'm happy to be with you because we could have mailed it in by just doing nothing. We could have just been late because we could have been retired. We could have done less work, but then we decided to stay in the game. Segment one, success fakers within the concept of the Comedy Report. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Who pre-games work with work? That would be people who really like to farm and work. Success fakers, no stamina. So when young people don't have stamina, it's because you're wired to not understand how work works out, which is you figure out the price of doing something and then you pay the price. You don't keep pivot, 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 fake, pivot. What's that thing? Quit. Quit, fake, fake, quit, pivot. Pivot, quit, pivot, quit. That's not how you want to go about it from an energy management standpoint or time management standpoint. We're talking about a weekend comedy report. It is comical that you think that you're going to discover the cheat code to subterfuge entropy. You're not going to be able to cheat the work that you need to do, but then I feel like I have cheated it because everybody else is cheating incorrectly. This is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about why won't you just follow one dude from 1983, which is Mark McCormack. People have low stamina or low energy because they're juxtaposing the reward with the work required. And this is why I have categorized counterintuitive work. Because once you try to use common sense, your common sense is going to keep you where you're at, which is you think that you should do this. You hypothesize that it must work like this while not ever looking behind the curtain, not understanding what biohacking is, not understanding what hacking is. So this is success fakers understanding hacking your way to success is my channel. It's what they don't teach you in school. We're talking about segment number one within the weekend comedy report called Success Fakers. Instagram is not your friend. So Instagram forces you to never be consistent. And consistency is key as per a protocol that you may or may not enjoy, you may or may not believe in. It's called get your butt up at 7:38 a.m. using circadian rhythm. Not an alarm clock, but definitely not your smartphone as an alarm clock. This is success fakers. If you don't have an alarm clock that is a plug into the wall alarm clock, you're fucked. I know. I'm the 500th person who's told you to get an alarm clock. Oh, but Larry, I'm smarter than you. You're not. You're a fucking retard. I'm smarter than you. I know how to use my alarm clock as a cell phone. My cell phone doubles as an alarm clock. I'm smarter than you. You're a fucking idiot. And how many smart people have told you separate the alarm clock? This is you being monochromatic, monomonogamous, and monogamous incorrectly. Like your side piece should be your alarm clock, your main piece should be your brain, your side piece should be your iPhone. Oh, I can't help it. The jokes write themselves. Oh, Larry, I don't get it. This is why if you're a Chinese comedian, you'll tell jokes twice. See, my side piece is my alarm clock. My side piece is my smartphone. My smartphone. My side piece is another smartphone. I don't even know if I have one on me. Oh, wait, I do. So these are the side pieces. My main piece is my brain. I'm not just going to delegate thinking and delegate programming. Success fakers, where maybe your brain should be your main piece. Oh my God. Brain, 5 brains. Success fakers, you can actually fake this. If you do fake this, you're going to make your way towards success. Braise out of water. Braise out of water. Five brains. Brain 1, brain. Brain 2 is your stomach. Brain 3 is your heart, inverted. Brain 4 is your penis or vagina. Brain 5 is AI. Namaste. This is the Economy Report. I am Larry Chang. Why did I bring a baseball bat to a podcast? It's to help you realize that you can make yourself slightly better. I'm not going to say make yourself successful because you don't think that that's possible. Success fakers, great at first impressions. So it has to do with your brain being either on Web 2, which is social, or Web 12, which is after the first impression, what 5,000 more impressions will you create? I don't know why other people don't talk about this. First impressions are bullshit. I mean, I rely on them, but then I get lied to. This is first impressions. Maybe this is your first impression of me. It's okay, because maybe it'll take you 17 more videos, and that's okay. But this is success fakers, which is people really, really good at first impressions. And then I'll follow up and say, hey, I want to have a conversation on my YouTube Live. Oh, Larry, I can't do that because I wake up, I meditate, I exercise, I have a morning routine, I pray. Turns out they don't do fucking any of that. They don't do any of that ever. They do it maybe once every 2 weeks. Maybe. Knows enough to sound smart. Knows enough to sound intelligent. This is what happens when you're never deep diving, never deep working. This is, you sound like a manager. It's, Paul Graham wrote about this. It's manager schedule versus maker schedule. Whereas by default, most people just surface everything. Knows enough to sound and look the part. Y Combinator, the second institution of Silicon Valley, it's Stanford University, Y Combinator, and Larry Chang are the 3 institutions of Silicon Valley. YC actually talks about mogging and role-playing and LARPing as a startup founder, where you don't want to know and sound and look like a founder. You actually want to do the work to make your startup take off. Who am I? I'm a guy who enjoys $0. Cannot read. Oh my God. Success farmers. Sometimes they can write. Sometimes they can write pretty well, but they're not able to read. And then what's going to happen to your writing when you don't read enough? What's going to happen to it? What's going to happen to it? I'm going to get to comments in a second. I'm trying to blow through. I'm trying to ship. While the next segment is going to be full interaction. All the things that you say, I will incorporate into segment number 2, the Foid Whisperer. Ooh, you like that teaser? Maybe I will be taking off on YouTube. This is the weekend comedy report summary. This is the weekend wrap up. This is getting you going on a Monday where comedy on a weekend springboards you into how to work the phone, how to close a deal, how to go from unemployed to no longer avoid. These jokes just write themselves. Unemployed to void to having a job. Let's go. Success fakers cannot read. So you're going to have to practice reading 21 days of 10 minutes a day. The bar is so low, but remember, when you can't read, you're like that obese girl who can't leave the sofa. Now you're going to try to run or walk 2K, which is like 1.3 mile. Sofa to 2K. Let me repeat. Illiterate to 10 minutes of reading per day. Stubborn AF. Oh, success fakers. So stubborn. So stubborn. But what qualifications do you have? I have a 4-year degree that would take you 10 years to do because you thought it was just a piece of paper, and it turns out you can't finish anything. Secretly depressed. Why can't you wake up? Why can't you wake up? It's not even secretly depressed. Most people by default are overtly depressed. And I'm speaking to you as a person who was depressed for 1,000 days in a row. It's called going to the University of Illinois. You wake up in the morning, you punch yourself in the face, and you say, let's make this shithole shine. Let's make this shithole shine. We're not just going to NIL go in the transfer portal because we're not cunts. We're not just going to, and plus we got to sit out a year. It was back in the Stone Ages. We're screwed. Why don't we just graduate, make $1 million, and then we'll just go pro because we don't need that draft capital bonus money. We could just pay ourselves the bonus and then be UDFA, NDFA, undrafted free Asian. Oh my God, these jokes write themselves. How to go from unemployed to void, that's actually coming up. Void is a female robot. So 1,000 days of depression, I'm not going to take a drug. I'm just going to try to suck less. And then once I made it out of that, now you can't kill me. Now it's going to be hard to kill me. Now it's going to be, you created a monster. Maybe Yale mom and MIT dad, maybe you shouldn't recommend that I go to a shitty public school because you thought it would be easier. Shitty public schools are actually harder. Stanford gives you an automatic A or B. The professors are more stressed than the students about professor reviews. I can't think of one person that's ever failed out of Stanford. I can't think of one. And there might be 2, okay? But look at schools that graduate black people who can't read. You can call me a racist, but you cannot call me wrong. So that's not touchy. That's not touchy because Bob Bowlesby was a great athletic director. Bernard Muir, not so much. Not so much. Not so much. Which is unfortunate because he was friendly and then he decided to, success fakers, try to cancel Stanford wrestling. Getting choked up here. I'm coughing up a hairball. We're pre-gaming work on Monday. Who pre-games work with more work? That would be people who are not intimidated by talent that's hustling. Success fakers, so confident. Success fakers, usually 3 to 5 years away from a bachelor in arts, like an econ degree. Success fakers, oh, BS, doesn't stand for bullshitaki, it stands for Bachelor of Science. Are we thinking about STEM still? I hope we are. Success fakers cannot sell one. So, in going from unemployed to employed, you should make getting a job at least a part time job versus, oh, this is fun employment. Oh, I get food stamps. Oh, I get socialist programs. That's not necessarily a slippery slope. That is a government program with a timeline. You're just not aware of how let them eat cake works, which is this is the solution, which is can you sell one thing on eBay and then go buy it? I know it's counterintuitive. Also, your usernames. Success fakers, they love to concoct a new username as if you having a new identity is going to change the fact that you're bringing 99% of your problems into your new identity because you're worried about a rebrand. Great with sexy stuff, great with sexy stuff, not so good with the fundamentals. Stop worrying about your brand online and try to sell one thing. So, selling one thing on eBay, your username is your full name. Now there are consequences for when you fuck up one of the details. eBay, where you're selling one Braun power cord and then buying one in that order. This is how most people try to do entrepreneurship. This is how most people try to do multi-level marketing. They buy 1,000 and then they sell 3 to themselves. They buy 500 and they sell 6 to their family just to get them to shut up. You'll sell 6. Now you're left with 492 of them, and now you're depressed because you suck. Whoever told you to inventory random shit, and don't even get me started about that forward Amazon, forward buying, forward shipping, drop shipping. Stupid right from the get-go. This is basics, which is eBay. Buy it after you sell it in that order. How do you get the pictures? I'll text them to you. How do you buy it? For less than 30 bucks. What do you sell it for? More than 80. You're going to need to do one because you can't skip these steps. And if you do skip a step, now there are ramifications against your real name. So on eBay, my name is Larry Chiang, Chiang. So I will send you pictures of power cord 7030458. Larry, do you have a commutator business in Germany? Is that why we're doing this? No. Although Matt Smith did sell power cords, that coincidence is not lost upon me. It's Braun power cord 7030458. Why? Because rich people are still too dumb to figure out the correct part number. Rich people are flaky AF. They're even more flaky than the poor people that you hang out with, which is pretty flaky. Therefore, rich people, they go on vacation and they plug their power cord into a cruise line. Or they go to Europe and they're like just trying to stick stuff into holes, hoping that the power connects. Because that's what you do in America. You don't care about voltages, blah, 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 blah. You're just trying to plug a hole. And guess what happens? It fits. And then you burn out your power cord because you're an idiot. You can't read, and now you're a rich guy with a perfectly operational 20-year-old German-made power shaver that is now out of power because your power cord got ruined because you plugged it into the wrong hole. Insert STD joke here. Insert sexually transmitted disease joke in Europe here. Which is, now they're screwed. They can't find a power cord. They're willing to pay $200 for this power cord. Why? Because how do I know this? I kind of know this a little too well. I've been doing this a long time. You sell it first and then you buy it. How do you sell it? You paste copy my eBay listing, Braun Power Cord 7030458. It's on WordPress. Selling 1.0 gets you over the hump of, Larry, I've never sold anything ever. Why don't you just tell me the next step? Because I want to skip the step of having to talk to users. Do you see why the third institution of Silicon Valley became the #1 institution of Silicon Valley? Because two orgs refused to force engineers and physicists to do technical sales, which is, oh, just do marketing on social. Just do marketing. Your shit'll sell itself, and then it doesn't, and then you're bankrupt. This is avoiding bankruptcy. This is Duck 9, deeply understanding capital knowledge, deeply understanding credit knowledge, deeply understanding collateral knowledge. Duck 9, avoiding Chapter 9 bankruptcy. All free, or pay me $19 million, you pick. Success fakers. Not knowing the difference between marketing and selling. They're not the same thing. Autistic as is. Be scared that I actually know the word autism. Cash, 0. Ax millisecond. Wow, so many comments. So many comments. So many comments. This is the game that we're going to play. You comment something, and then I, Hot Girl Entrepreneurship Club, comments DJ'd to YouTube, which is probably going on with friends, but it's still. Says, Tjörda Persbuben. How are you? Cash on hand, $0. Clip it, which is acts like a millionaire, spends money like there's no tomorrow. I didn't know why the money got spent like there is no tomorrow. I didn't know. Now I do know, and it's kind of dark. Why are you spending your last $62 on DoorDash? I mean, I do know. I wish I didn't know. I wish I didn't know. Foid Whisperer. What's a Foid, Larry? You'll figure it out. So a Foid is a female robot. It's hilarious, which is, why are you a female robot? Talk to them like they're unemployed, Shallow Hal. So, assuming that a Foid is unemployed rhymes. Assuming that a female is unemployable, that's the unlock key. Foid Whisperer, comedy. Retards don't want to know. So these things that we're sharing, a lot of people, they don't want to know. And that's an indicator that's an indicator of a trajectory that's similar to indications of interest. This is indications of impending doom when the retard doesn't want to know. Foid Whisperer, kind of like the last segment. The last segment was success fakers. This segment, number 2, is the Foid Whisperer, which is this. She can't get out of bed in the morning. She cannot leave bed in the morning. We're back. We're back. We're back with book club. Officer Dustin, badge number 4837. But Larry, the sound doesn't work perfectly. I need perfect sound in order for me to partially learn and multi. Don't be a Foid. I'm the Foid Whisperer. Don't be a Foid. Pineal gland, is it frozen? What is your pineal gland? In your brain. It produces genius things. Your pineal gland. Face fascia broken. Your facial fascia, it's broken when you inject weird stuff into your face. Your face fascia, it's frozen. Has peptides on layaway at Klarna. I'm the Foid Whisperer. Stop putting your peptides on layaway at Klarna. Lumpy Sumpy. Are you looking for a lump sum to make all your worries go away? Snap? That's not going to happen. Stop thinking lump sum. Stop thinking the lumped mammoth mindset. Stop thinking mind-crushing thoughts. Stop putting your brain into a pretzel. Heckle to cold open a Foid. We're talking about programming Foids. This is how you do it. You don't just neg them. Boomers call it that. Whoever wrote this script is amazing. Boomers call it negging. I swear I'm reading. Gen Z calls out heckle to cold open Pavlovian dog whistle. Heckle to cold open. That's heckle to cold open a Foid by programming a Foid to no longer be in the cult that she's in. She just doesn't realize she's in a cult. Double stacking negatives. Programming to be more hardcore, hard girl. All walks, all talks, all walks, all talks. All walking and talking, super similar. Cheers. Has demos in her head. Has demons in her head. That was a Freudian slip. That was a Freudian misread. Has demos in her head. Hashtag demons. Has demons in her head. Look, I'm already saving you. I just programmed the demons to leave your head. Father Lord, thank you for my brain. Thank you for this prayer. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Epiphany phase. Interesting epiphanies you have going on. Cliche in so many ways. Cliche in the, some Foid thought. Like, those aren't crazy. And stop using the word crazy. Every time you use the word crazy, you actually mean cliche. You thought that my plushie game was starting to fade. You thought that. My plushie game's demise is prematurely broadcast. Plushie game, cliche in so many ways. Or cliche in no way. In no way cliche. I am a cliche when you've determined octogenarian billionaire status. Larry Chang's penis is so special. Who wrote that? I just read it. I hate that. You tricked me. I just said that. Shit no one sees. The K's and the K-shaped economy. Segment number 3. This segment's good enough for me to make sure I'm not on mute. Shit no one's seeing. The K-shaped economy. Shit that nobody's seeing. Are you seeing it? I'm not seeing it, Larry. Oh, that's because you don't want to see it. Brr, it's chilly in here. Somebody somebody, why is the air conditioning so cold in here? Brrr. Oh wait, I know why the air conditioning's so cold. It's because you want the high beams on. This portion of the video, Hat Tips, our favorite, top 5 favorite athleisure brand. What if we made athleisure clothes at Lululemon for the heterosexual male with a giant penis? You tricked me. Larry Chang's penis is special. You wrote it. I read it. You wrote it, which is segment number 3. Shit no one's seeing about the K-shaped economy. 1, complaining won't solve it. 2, the government, they're not here to help. Starfishes. Oh my God, starfishes, save yourselves. Starfishes, save yourself. Problem. Rich people are poor. 8, 10, 26. Rich people are poor. Fired? The economy is only bad if someone's jobless. Problem. System is so dynamic. The system, the economic construct that we live in, massively dynamic right now. Can you crack a book? Because history repeats. This is the kind of book you want to crack, which is a notebook, because you're going to need to quickly delegate pattern recognition to a genius person. And then we want to pattern repetition and pattern iterate. Altogether, delegate the pattern recognition while we pattern repeat and we pattern iterate. It is dangerous to be too analytical. It's more about execution. Hashtag PRPRPI. Pattern recognition, pattern repetition, pattern iteration. Don't say, oh, we're just going to pivot because my pattern recognition is we should quit. Incorrectamundo, incorrect. Fired. The economy is only bad if you're jobless. If you're able to have 2 jobs or 1 good company, this economy is the best shit that has ever existed. Chaos is a ladder, as my mentor Tom Brady would say. Chaos is a ladder. Speaking of my mentor, who gets born with 3 first names and then passes a life so eloquently lived that he now has 4 first names? So the joke is, retarded people have 2 first names as their full name. That's a Yankees joke of people in the South. Like, your name's Billy Bob. What's your last name? Bob. What's your first name? Billy. You have 2 first names? Well, somebody's got 4 first names now. Thomas Patrick Edward Brady. It's quadruple retarded, which makes him the smartest human on the planet because he's a quadruple retard. Burr. And someone's heating up. I think I'm sitting right underneath a vent. Get it? Get it? I'm temperature moderating. It's so chilly. Shit no one sees about the K-shaped economy. This is the problem, is that the ecosystem, the economic system that we're living in, it's so dynamic that it's borderline anti-gravity. So chaotic that you don't know which way's up or down. For example, Sweetgreen. For example, Taco Deli. For example, Larry Chang. Am I the smartest human on the planet? Or did I drop down to number 3 because Tom Brady, pretty boy, somehow surpassed me? Baddest motherfucker on the planet, ranked number 2. Sextuple negative for poor. So sextuple is shit no one's seeing about the K-shaped economy, sextuple negative for poor people. One, it's a psychological operation, this K-shaped economy. Sextuple negative for poor. Number two reason it's bad for poor people, susceptible to economic shocks. How are those grocery store prices treating you? Sextuple negative for poor cannot delay gratification. Here's the problem, is that some of you retards, you're gonna make 80, 90, or 200K. Here's the other problem. Some of you don't ever get sex. So now you're gonna start spending money and having sex, and then you're dead because you cannot delay gratification. I'm moving along fast, but that's because I have 10 segments to get through. Pretends to not be poor. Sextuple negative for poor people is poor people pretending not to be poor. Bad. It's a car payment, you're upside down. You're eating food that you can't afford. You literally have a track record of a burrito for 4 easy payments. You've missed 3 of the payments. Feigns intelligence, sextuple negative for poor. It's pretending to be smart. It's making you more retarded. Feigning intelligence, fake, fake. And if you're low intelligence and you can't process information, you are triple fucked. Sextuple negative for poor. Yes, otters, rapey otters. Why am I talking about male otters during sextuple negative for poor? Because our government's being run by rapey otters. Otters, they're very rapey. Spend 60 to 65% of money on rent. That's a lot of money. Do you try to get ROI for $33,240 before you spend it? Do you try to get ROI for anything? Asks abysmal questions, shit no one's seeing about the K-shaped economy. When you're asking negative questions, that's not good. Asking abysmal questions, that's worse. Shit no one's seeing about the K-shaped economy. Thinks everyone's trying to cheat them. Buddy, the only cheat that's gonna happen is somebody's gonna be cheating you out of 1 slice of bread, violating your asshole 4 days, and then cheating you on 1 slice of bread. Right now, nobody's trying to cheat you, buddy. Segment number 4, let's go. Austin Comedy Report. Kind of feels like a credit report. Thinks like a Foyd in 10 ways. Austin Comedy Report continues delegating distribution to Instagram. Whoops. Kind of hits close to home, doesn't it? Where you're trying to put Instagram between you and money. You're trying to put Instagram between you and a working business model. Austin Comedy Report, solving 0.0 problems per week. Austin Comedy Report, asking disempowering questions. Oh, is this why I'm changing comedy? Maybe. This is a disempowering question that I hear. How long have you been doing this? Disempowering question. What other mics do you do? Disempowering question. What do you do to fund this dream? Actually, that's a pretty good question. Are you gonna do Kill Tony? Like Tony is gonna try to save you, or make you a star, or get you paid. Do you have a plan for this? I don't hear any beeping noise. Is that a fire alarm? Hard R, alarm. Hard R, alarm. Hard R, it's a hard R for alarm. Puts up flyers like it's 1960. Sorry, that's just funny. Barking. Barks like a retard selling 0.0 as a piker who's barely cold opening. Oh my God. Oh my God. I didn't know this segment for Austin Comedy Report was going to turn into a roast. Barking. That's what you call standing in front of a venue, trying to rope in and wrangle in some customers. Wrangling in some customers. Would you like to hear Larry Chang's comedy sketch? Come right up. It's a $0 cover and a $0 drink minimum. Because Comedy Mothership, it's killing comedy, and not in a good way. Absolutely no business plan. Cannot sell one. Why won't you sell one joke? Why don't you sell one paid gig? Sell one of something. Listens like a Foyd, except no vagina. True story, the Austin Comedy Report. Some people listen like they have a vagina. They listen like a Foyd. Make your comedy report better. Wow, I like that. Here's a way to make $6 is we do comedy on YouTube, guaranteed to make you a single digit number of dollars. I love that actually. Austin Comedy Report concluded. 22-year-old men are their own worst enemy. The only one, which is Solution, Eli, Elo, ENI, ENO, chapter 33. This segment's called 22-year-old men, their own worst enemy. Eli, Elo, ENI, ENO. Eli is chapter 33 from a book called Your Brain is a Filthy Liar. It's emotions, it's loving, it's on point. On point for ELO. That is your chess score. How are you doing with that ranking? Your Eli Elo ranking. ENI ENO is every nickel in, every nickel out. Is that how you spend money? One nickel comes in and that nickel goes out. Now you're cutting it razor thin. Is your brain set to default Foyd? 22-year-old men, their own worst enemy because love social media, sexy social media, complex stuff, pretending to learn with a speaker that's tricking you into thinking that you're thinking versus actually getting you to think and then act. Because look at the content that goes viral. They're tricking you into thinking that you're thinking. This is what motivational speakers have known is you want to temper what you're doing to try to get people to think and then execute something. Because you lose a lot of your audience. And then you add in accountability, all audience is gone. Except for the people who are like, oh, I love this Larry Chang content. It's called Love Sexy Social Media. Is your influencer, you're the sum total of the 5 people you watch most. Is your influencer trying to get you to think that you're doing some thinking? Because your Web 12 social media influencer, your Web 12 is greater than Web 2 content is think and then stop thinking, stop doing pattern recognition, and execute and then report back your EQ. Because it's not going to be pretty, your ascent, but once you get to the top, you'll be like, oh yeah, base camp. Do you even have a base camp? Or are you trying to climb Mount Everest from negative 3,000 feet of Klarna debt because you couldn't wait to eat a burrito? You couldn't wait to eat a burrito. You couldn't wait. Thinks Klarna is a financial plan. Who wrote this script? A genius. Focus. Just have a little bit more. Go from no focus to 1 to 2 basis points of focus. Dopamine, SSRIs, ADHD meds, peptides. You're your own worst enemy. Epigenetics. You're your own worst enemy. Junk DNA. Solution, orchestrate it. You're your own worst enemy. You can't play vagina. You're allergic to women because you suck. Women are allergic to you because you suck. And if you do have women on tap, maybe bang fewer than 9 per weekend, Larry Chang, has $0 saved. Yikes. Yikes. Oh, but I'll just donate money when I'm rich. Yeah, Not going to happen. You're going to need to do it while you're poor or else you're fucked. I know. The richest man in Babylon, 70, 20, 10. I do 20, 40, 30, but I'm just better than you. Has $0 saved. So if you make $1,000, you're going to need to 70, 20, 10 it or 30, 40, 20 it. You pick, because you doing every nickel in, oh, I made $1,000, and then you squandering all $1,000 proves to me that you're going to be stuck at zero. You owe $8,000, you make $1,000, pay them at least $30. Give them hope. Give them hope. And give them an update. Oh, I'm just going to lump sum it in. This video is the best video I've ever done. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Doom scrolls DoorDash. Maybe you should cook beans. Looks at 10 plus losers friends and says, hey, Larry, I'm pretty good, right? No, you're not. You're good compared to your crabs in a pot. Crabs in a pot. Whoever wrote this script, I swear I'm reading. Default unemployed. Hopefully not. Cannot see nor explain the K-shaped economy. Do you know what's going on with the K-shaped economy? It's one economy for rich people, it's one economy for bad people, poor people. Bad and poor shouldn't be the same. Here's the good news, is that a lot of the rich people, they're now poor. We're all gonna be in one hellhole. It's time to do a turnaround. Turnaround perfectly. You're gonna go from 0 mentors to 1 mentor. Mentor mentorship. Will you die with less than 1.0 mentor? I'm the easiest mentor ever. That's why I'm the 3rd institution of Silicon Valley. I'll never say no to you, and I'll never block you from my YouTube, because you can't block people from YouTube. Cancel one account and 5 more robots pop up. Mentorship, mentor. Will you die with less than 1.0 mentor? I'm talking about a mentor that you get. I'm not talking about one that got assigned to you because you're a poor, retarded kid, and now the guardsman paid for you to go to camp, and then now you got mentors. I'm talking about your first mentor that you get yourself. Because your first mentor, getting that first mentor, it's impossible when you suck. Now we're gonna help you not die with less than 1.0 mentor. Assigned mentors. That's like a teacher or somebody like at Capital Factory, you get assigned a mentor. You're gonna need to go learn from one of those assigned mentors and take yourself through the I improved because of some assigned mentor. Did you like this video? It feels like you did. It feels like you did. Wow, the comments really blew up here. Thank you for that.